Hello there. Today I want to talk about why I don't want to date single fathers, even if they were the last men on earth. The only reason I have is that single fathers have no pros. They ruin your life quicker than any disaster. The fact that he bred with another female should repulse you. Not see them as an asset in your life. How can you look at a man with kids and be like, wow, that man will enrich my life? They can't. If they were men with class, then they would still be with the baby mama or resigned themselves from being an option and focus on being a hands-on father. Even an open relationship isn't worth it because his kids will still invade your life. His kids might be attention deprived and wants to come to your house whenever they like, but daddy doesn't have a spine and deny his children access to their girlfriend's life. He can't tell his kids that you are not their friend and that they should have the courtesy to treat you like an adult, because their feelings matters, yours don't. But he has no problem telling you to stay in your place when you show signs that you are tired of them. He only has the guts to tell you accept them in a passive-aggressive manner, simply because you are a necessity to make the relationship whole for him, but leaves the part where he should respect you out. He will never make his kids back down or set boundaries for his kids, because if that interferes with his view of the one-sided relationship, you get nothing but arguments in return. Arguments that you will never win. Dating single father is like putting an amateur football player against veteran and expecting them to win a game. You won't win anything, you will never have a lucky break, you will never have peace, and you're doomed to lose everything. If I had to date a single father, I would humbly demand that his kids stay away from my home, don't come to our dates, no access to my car and no babysitting, and no sticky fingers on my personal belongings. They can't enter my new car and make it smell like their odd body odor. And if we meet up, he must come alone or the date is off. But that happens when pigs fly, and you want to know why? Because it costs single fathers too much efforts to fairly give and fairly take. They treat their kids like the humanity will be wiped out if they let their kids know they are the center of his world, but not the center of the relationship. You're his ideal woman if you just shut up and take all the baggage and crap he throws at you. They have no sympathy for you when you feel you have been cut too short. Instead, he will make you feel guilty just to get rid of his guilt that a leftover man will never reach the same high quality as a man who is child-free. But when you cut him too short, or his kids, then you will always be labeled as the narcissistic, selfish woman, and most people will agree with him. Hardly anyone will try to understand where you are coming from. No matter what you're putting up with, you will have to bottle up everything alone, because everyone will act like your hurt feelings that you were let down again is something you need to get over with, because the golden rule is that his duties towards his kids always comes first. Even if you bleed to death, but don't you dare not to extend your boundaries. Tolerating that you are last place is not emotional maturity, it's self-neglect, because you are dealing with the disappointments alone. You are a diamond buried in trash while you deserve to be valued. You also deal with loneliness even though you are in a relationship, because you will never be catered to. It's like having your own bus and you're forced all the way to the back and you no clue where you are going. Nothing you do will ever be good enough. When you want to set boundaries, you are hateful and selfish, but when you decide enough is enough, then you are a selfish butch for leaving him while he gave you an option to leave if you don't like having his kids coming first. Not only that, but your reputation will be tarnished if you live in a small town. PPL will talk about you, but call it a man's right when they say no to single mothers. Single fathers and his kids are like a bad cold. You can easily catch it, but it takes tooth and nail to get rid of them.